Ladies and gentlemen, can I get some applause? Check it out, man. You are now watching the best podcast in the world, the Talk to Me Nice podcast. You could be watching any other cornball channel, but you're here rocking with us. Today's topic, you're going to have to tune in for. But we talking about relationships, talking about a lot of love, no hate. So go ahead and tune in. If you haven't liked and subscribed now, please do so. Don't play yourself, treat yourself. Tune in. Thank you. You are now tuned in to the Talk to Me Nice podcast.
We back, baby.
Yeah, 3 years in the making, starting February. Yep. We just want to give a shout out to everybody that's been supporting us. Everybody. For those that's been keeping tuned, the ones that's been saying, hey man, what y'all gonna do something else, man? Did y'all boys fall off? Y'all left it alone? No. Been a little busy, but no. Hurted myself, but got back up again.
A lot of injuries.
But still here. You got to see this face. But I'm going to go ahead and allow my guys, my team, shake my hand. Glad to have you here. All right. Shake my hand.
Yeah, I mean.
It's a blessing. Go ahead and introduce yourself, gentlemen.
Yeah, man, how y'all doing? You already know my name is Michael. Go by The Only Hope, which is TheOwnlyHope. Yes. Everything together, nothing space.
It's your boy Nick, a.k.a. Bing, and that's B3ANZ for the ones that know and love me.
Yeah. Y'all know who this is. This the host of the most. No peanut butter because she loved the toast. I'm just playing with you.
No peanut butter.
This is Darnell, a.k.a. Dia for those that know me in that way. But us all together is a Talk to Me Nice podcast. And we just want to say thank you guys for the support, the love, the donations.
Definitely.
We are finally in a position to where we have our own podcast.
Yeah.
We're not in the house no more, not in the room no more.
FaceTiming it.
None of that. This is official because why am I DJ Khaled? God did. Yes, he did. So big shout out to God. Oh, my God. Let me start. My moms, my wife, my kids, my family, my crew, everybody made this possible, for us to be in this position. So basically today, the topic is what's your love language?
Mm-hmm.
So I took a test about a year ago. I know he took a test not too long ago.
Yep.
And Mike, he ain't taken a test yet.
I'm tested every day, baby.
Oh, here you go. Here you go. Peer foolishness. My God. My God. But I'm going to go ahead and let Nick go ahead and break down what his results was because the test that he took has a whole jump out today.
Yeah, it's a little breakdown of everything.
Go ahead.
Pretty much I was having a conversation with a lady that I was talking to. And she was curious as to what my love language was. I'm like, I don't really pay attention to stuff like that. I got what I like, but I don't really pay attention to love language like that. And she was like, well, what is it that you like? Because that is your love language. And I was like, well, for me, I just like a female that I can actually have a conversation with. And it actually goes somewhere. And we can sustain that over a long period of time. And so I took it upon myself. I was like, well, let me look more into it so I can see what all falls in those categories. So when I went and looked it up, what I actually found was there's actually 7 of them for people who don't know that. But there's intellectual.
Talk that talk.
Appreciation, emotional, activity, physical, financial, and practical. So on mine, I actually had, 5 that actually popped up. And my number 1 was intellectual.
Whoa!
So that was actually my number 1, like I knew it would be. And then following right up behind that at a tie was appreciation and emotional.
Break that down.
Yeah, so for me, I just like to feel appreciated. I mean, I do for everybody. I'm not one that really likes to have his back rubbed and patted on, but sometimes I like to be told, thank you. I appreciate what you're doing for me. I know you don't have to, but you do.
Talk that talk. Oh man, what the gratitude.
And I like to have a companion that actually understands me emotionally, that knows that I'm not always in my peak form, so I might be a little vulnerable sometimes. So when you got somebody that understands you on that level, it's a different feel. Obviously, I do like to get out. I don't like to stay in the house too often, but my last and final involves me being in that house, and that's that physical. Not too big on it, but definitely like to be physical. I enjoy that. I'm quite sure a lot of men out here would agree with that one. But
yes, sir.
What about you? What was yours? I know it was over a year ago,
man. So first off, I took mine, and at first I was giving wrong answers just to see what was gonna pop up, because that's how I play with situations. I'm like, yo, it's either gonna work or it's not gonna work. So I gave a lot of wrong answers. And it popped up to what I didn't like. So I was like, bet, even better. But what I did do, I went home and I actually took it. And I was like, so basically what it was telling me is that I enjoy the physical. And that's true. I mean, I don't know a man in his right mind, I don't care what you like. You want to be touched.
Yeah.
Any person want
right places.
Late in the midnight hour.
Now, come on now.
Oh,
go ahead and turn it around.
Living water.
Yes. Back that thing up. Oh, God. But,
Jesus.
No, that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because, and I'm a married man, so it's what I'm supposed to enjoy.
Yeah.
But it said I love physical touch, and at first I didn't really think I did. I was like, man, I was thinking to myself, like, maybe this joint bugging. But now I was right, because I'm like, I'll start getting that touch like a Mario. Touch! I'll be like, yo, I'm bugging. I mean, because you long to feel with the person you with.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How would you like it to wake up every day, the person don't touch you, they don't hug you. You're going to be like, what I got you for?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You're going to be like, there's millions of other people that just touch me,
Yeah.
And I can't even get a touch from the one I'm supposed to be. Man, please. Gotta go.
Yeah.
But, so mine was physical touch, and it's a physical touch is something else. Because it had the situation like, do you like gifts and all that?
Right.
Stuff like that. I like gifts.
That actually falls more so under appreciation.
Yeah, but you can't how do you say it? You don't have to ball out on me.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right.
I mean, I'm in a situation to right now where I'm unable to get money like I used to, but I still get it.
Yeah, most definitely.
But the whole situation is, though, get my own stuff. So when you do get me something, I'm very appreciative of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if it's a candy cane for Christmas. You gotta do better than candy. I ain't even gonna sit up here and lie to y'all. You gotta do better than that. But when you're a person that gives all the time, you can't really just put one day and be like, oh, you gotta throw the sauce on it.
Right.
No, I give to mine every day. But mine's is physical touch. Mike, I'm talking too much. What is yours, bro?
Let me see.
You need that list.
So I'll give you two options. I can go down the whole list and I can run it. Yeah, let me see the list. Let me just go on the
All
list.
right, hold on.
Do it just like that.
Gonna load up that list.
Yeah. There you go.
But ladies and gentlemen, too, and while he's loading up, what is your love language? Comment down in the comments. What's your love language? We want to know. We're not alone around these parts.
Right.
But yeah, go ahead, Mike.
So when it comes to the intellectual part, definitely you want a female that or individual in general. You want somebody that can hold a conversation, hold a real conversation, something that has some deeper meaning to it, real life situations, appreciation. I was just talking to my brother to the right of me, and I was telling him who doesn't like to be appreciated, and you will be surprised. There are some people that just, yeah, man. And like, I've even witnessed at jobs that I've worked in the past where,
Right.
where you try to, No, I'm saying where you try to appreciate the person, like you tell them, you look nice. Whatever. They feel like you
flirting or something,
like,
right?
What? Like, shorty,
Bro, I can't tell you that you look nice today.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, you one of them.
I don't want you.
Can we get some bombs dropped or something on that one?
That's like, bro, I can't be. A lot of people take you telling them that they look nice, like you just being overly friendly. It's like, I just want you to have your flowers while you alive.
Exactly, man. Everything, people are so self-centered now. That's what it is, man.
Yeah.
But we got emotional.
She thought she was winning when people say you. That's the thing I hate. That's why you can't give compliments. But go ahead, bro. I'm not.
Yeah, no, you right. You right.
They don't want to see you winning.
You keep everything.
They don't want to see you win.
But no, my brother Nick, man, he was saying, with the emotional part of it, he was basically elaborating, explaining the fact that what was it with emotional? You said hold on,
about the clingy.
No.
Oh, okay.
My brother Darnell said that one, But hold on, let me see with the emotional side. You would mention, somebody that's able to understand the fact that you're not going to always be at your.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying. You ain't going to always be a Superman,
Right.
The strong Superman. Sometimes that kryptonite you might be weak.
Yeah.
You might get weak.
Yeah, very true.
And especially men of our caliber, not trying to put us on no type of but we men that we always on the go. We're not those type of people that just sit around and don't do nothing and whatever. We make things happen. We carry a lot of weight. And a lot. And with that being said, you want somebody that's going to be able to understand you, the emotional side. For me, I would replace that with spiritual. That's my number one thing. Before I talk with anybody, whatever, on that level, if God is not involved, not trying to go too deep on y'all, but if God is not involved, then we already at a bad start.
Man, let them know. Talk about G.
Look, this ain't the UFC. You good?
God did.
God did.
Yes, he did.
Shout out to John Jones too, man. Shout out to John Jones, a real one. Champ. Champ.
You got one of them good dabs.
The activity, I definitely love that, man. I love being in the house, but I feel like the older I'm getting, the more I'm starting to appreciate outdoors, man.
Exactly.
I am. I'm starting to, and I'm talking about like, the little things. It don't take much to please me, man. Like, I like fishing. I like rock climbing and all that type of stuff. Shoot, man. Going to the gun range and different things like nature. You know what I'm saying? Hunting. I never been hunting yet, but I would like to go.
That you're interested in.
Yeah, things like that, man. The physical. Now this is the part right here. Like my brother said, man. Everybody wants to be touched. In some kind of way.
And let's be clear. When we talk about physical, that don't mean
that don't mean sexual.
Yeah,
that don't have to be limited to just
sometimes
sexual.
You just want to be held.
Be touched, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, for us it might be intercourse, but
for me, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I like getting my body rubbed down by my lady. You know what I'm saying? Like, rub it. I'm not gonna talk the way
You good?
I'm gonna say rub a nigga back. You feel me? Can I say that? Rub a nigga feet. You feel me? That's what I was gonna say, man. Rub a nigga feet. You feel me?
That talk, Mike.
And I say that because, like I said, I'm a man that carries a lot of weight. I'm a heavyweight, man. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Now I don't look like it, but I'm a heavyweight. In the spirit I am.
Heard what that man said.
In the spirit I cover a lot, man. Shoot, I was raising chickens.
I said
man.
what I said.
I had my babies. I had my lady. I had my chickens. You feel me?
And she appreciated it too.
She appreciated it.
She'll let the world know real quick.
She do, man.
I'm proud of her, man.
Yes, sir, man. Shout out to my lady, man. I love you.
Shout out to sis. So basically, let everybody know on a standpoint for the people that know.
Yeah.
Mike, he's a married man. How long you been married now, Mike?
Let me see. Got married in 2019. That's 4 years.
Almost 4 years. Yeah. People don't understand. Man, that's dedication.
Yeah.
You dedicated man. You know, like they say,
Yeah.
that girl say on the TikTok, he's a good man, Savannah. He's a good man. No,
Man, I tell you, like, you know, with marriage, man, you know, for those that's not married, for those that are, you can relate. You know, you're gonna have ups and you're gonna have downs for real.
Well,
I'm gonna tell you, my father put it to me like this. This is when I was young, and I never forgot this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I'd be with one female, and then
Jump to another.
yeah, I'm like, all right, Shorty doing too much. I don't, you know, I get on, kick rocks.
gotta go.
I get to the next. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta go.
Now she's starting to do this. All right, cool. You gotta go. Give it a boot. Get to the next one. You know, it's like, oh, you done messed up. I gave you. But see, my dad told me. He said, man, he said,
Reload.
you gotta realize that. He said every female is gonna become the next at some point. Why? Because they're going through a period of growth. You know, it's a growing period. You know, they gotta experience some things. So you might leave this one and get with the next one, but the next one, she gonna become that too, unless you get her on a different level. Like you might get it.
I'm gonna say this because I'm guilty of this myself. A large part of the reason why we sometimes repeat the same cycle is because we're not giving ourselves enough time to actually heal from whatever traumas we dealt with within those situations.
That's real.
So that's a big thing. And like I said, I'm guilty of that myself.
Let me go and confess my sins then.
Man, look,
So,
I leave one, take a few months off, and be like, all right, I'm good. Nah, brother, you was dealing
gotta
with her
fully
for 2-3 years, bro. Like that
Yeah.
don't just die down like that.
What happens is, man, we don't let the wound fully heal, man, and you know, we take the Band-Aid. You know how the kids take a peek at it and different. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I found myself doing for so long. I found myself doing that for so long. Even when I got married, you know, and this is on a more personal level, but you know, hopefully this can help somebody. When I got married, I can say that I say it's you can argue the fact that I might have gotten married too soon. Let me say me and my lady. And the reason why I say that is because you know, we still young, still kids, but we trying to do the right thing for God, you know.
Right.
That was my whole thing. I want to live right, you know, so I started cutting down different things that I was doing. All right, I got that cut down. All right, cool. Now I ain't doing this no more. Cool. Now I ain't doing this. Then I didn't see the other sins that I had that was hidden, like unforgiveness and all this other stuff. I'm like, dang, man. So now I'm carrying it, you know, with me. Yeah. You know, when it caused a lot of different situations in the marriage that we between me and my lady, but you know, stuff on her end as well as mine. But you know, the more we grew in God, the more we started maturing, and the more we started learning each other love language. Didn't even know that was a thing, but you know, we started to learn each other's love language without even knowing the title of it. You know,
that's crazy. But now that you say that, because that was a question that I had typed and I left that at home, but now I can ask both of you guys.
Yeah.
You know, just saying, if you wasn't married, or if you had to redo it again, what age, now that you are who you are, what age, if you had to do everything all over again, what age would you have gotten married?
Well, Mike, I'm gonna let you answer that first, and then
or
married,
want to get married.
Well, that's why I'm gonna let him answer first, because
what's the second part you just said?
No, so basically it's just saying doing it all over again. What age?
What age?
Knowing you the age now, whatever that is. What age would you do it? Would you wait? Would you know?
I'll let y'all know.
Change anything?
I'll be 30 on the 23rd.
See,
my God.
But nah, to be honest with you, I believe it's deeper than the age.
That's what I.
And the reason why I say that is because you had Jesus. Yes, Jesus was a different individual, but you had Jesus at 12 years old preaching, you know, to people that was way older than him, but had the wisdom.
Right.
You know, it's all about the maturity in which you're able to handle and hold yourself accountable for. You know, I feel like that's what it really boils down to is ultimately the maturity level. Because I'm still growing, I could say I would have never been ready, but I still got more time I need to grow. But you know, to be honest, I'm happy that I did jump out at the time that I did. Truthfully,
what age was that?
So 2019. Let's see. That was 25. I got married at 25.
So you would stick to that 25 again?
I would stick to the 25.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I say that, man, is because it actually saved my life. I had a reason. I was real. I was on demon time, for real.
Oh,
I ain't even, I was on demon time. A lot of people say that trying to be tough and whatever. I was on that demon time, for real. And I didn't care. It's hard when you can't, your kid, you can't see your kid, you know what I'm saying? It'll do something to you.
Yeah.
And I had my one son and was going through different things. I'm a man that's trying to live for the Lord, but then I'm homeless, and then it's a bunch of different stuff, man. Y'all got to check out some of my music. But yeah, what would you say, brother?
I mean, for me, like I said, I'm not married, and I'll be 31 on March 28th. So, I mean, it's more of an emotional thing for me. I meet women, and it starts off good. Every single time it starts off good. But somewhere along those lines, I end up hearing the same things about myself. I feel like I do a good job of reflecting, don't get me wrong, but it's like when you constantly keep hearing the same thing over and over, it's like, okay, what am I doing wrong? Is this something that can be fixed? Do I need to seek therapy? So for me, I feel like before you even consider marriage, honestly, before you even consider dealing with somebody else, you need to get right emotional. That's the biggest thing. You have to take care of yourself emotionally before you worry about being there for somebody else, because what you have to remember and keep in mind when you're dealing with somebody, whether it's marriage or just a committed relationship, this ain't no overnight thing. So you always have to remember your problems become theirs and theirs become yours.
Absolutely.
It's not isolated. It ain't, well, my problems is more important than yours. We equals.
Yeah.
So if you don't have that mindset off rip, I'm just, like I said, I ain't married. I'm going to speak for myself. You ain't for me.
Yeah, I mean, there ain't no foundation at that point.
Exactly. I need somebody that's going to be understanding, compassionate, loving. Those are all, my 3 C's.
Go ahead, tell them.
Communication, care, and consistency. It's as simple as that.
Oh.
That is, look, for me, it's that simple. Not for everybody. But like I said, I'm good at explaining how I feel. I can talk all day if I need to.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, I don't want to keep talking. I feel like if I have to keep repeating myself,
Oh, come on now.
you clearly ain't listening.
We might get this brother off her.
So, I mean, it's tough, man. I mean, you got married second marriage, and the first one was for an extended period of time, and unfortunately, it didn't work out the way you envisioned it when y'all took those vows. I'll let you speak on your own situation when it comes to that, but now you're in your second. Everybody has their own hardships.
Yeah, no, the whole thing. When I first got married, I was, I think, 22.
Yeah, sure.
22, and now I'm 31. I just turned 31 in February. Shout out to God did.
That's a tough one right there.
Yeah.
22.
Yeah. No, I did it, and I did it on the fact because it was, like Mike said, you try to do the right thing. I cared about the person. And it was like, why not? When you go for God and you do for God, you try to be better. Was it the best move? I don't take nothing back because what was done.
Right.
It just is what it is. But shout out to her. Because it's just some things. Some people are.
You just grow apart sometimes.
It's not even that, but sometimes it's just. Sometimes you wasn't really meant for the person.
Some things are just seasonal.
It's that too. And I thank God for that season because she's still an amazing person. Yeah. That's because anybody that asks me anything about that, I never say nothing bad about her. No, because she's still a good person and she's happy. She moved on. Congratulations to her, but she don't matter no more. I said what I said. Shout out to her though. Love all day, but my wife now, that's what I was looking for. That's what I wanted. it's just certain things. Happen the way it happened. I don't agree with divorce. Divorce to me is quitting. I'm not a quitter. I go through hell and fire before I quit. But sometimes you gotta realize when sometimes you just gotta go, because when things is toxic and stuff like that, you just gotta go. But shout out to her, but shout out to my wife, my baby. You know you as girl, so playing with me. But and that's different because that's what we're going to talk about, blended families.
Right.
And that's the next question we're talking about. It's blended families. We are blended. And it's a beautiful thing because mine prior had, 2 kids before me.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't like she was moving and grooving like that, so put some respect on the name. But she had twins. And it's a beautiful thing. And I'm the only father they know. Mm-hmm. So, and plus I got them when they were young.
Right.
So now, shout out to them. They finna be 8 in April.
Wow.
They finna be 8 in April. And then shout out to my newborn, Davy Dave, in the building. Going on that heavy 3 months. Deuce.
The heavy 3.
The heavy 3. Deuce, 2. What's the deal, baby? But it's a blessing. So it's just the thing that we committed to, number one, because it's a lot of issues that happen. I don't air issues out.
Right.
But sometimes, let's put it like this, your family doesn't always agree what situations that move the way they move. Mm-hmm. And, my in-laws, I keep it real, they didn't really agree a lot of things the way I move, but I do what I do because I'm a man. And as a man, I step on, I move how I move for me and my family. You know what I'm saying? But my wife is a blessing. Y'all seen me. I was flying to, from, and to, acting like I was Big Meech with them Southwest plane tickets.
Man.
But I knew what I wanted, and we knew what we wanted.
Yeah, he made me want to fall in love all over again.
Yeah, man, because it was everything, So, and it's just some things you can't leave behind. That was something I can't leave behind. Mm-hmm. But what we agreed upon was like, yo, no matter the situation, we not giving up on each other.
Right.
And that was the toughest thing to do because I'm pretty sure I done put her through hell. She done put me through hell. We put each other through hell, but when you have 2 people like, yo, no matter the amount of hell we go through, we're not gonna get a satisfaction to somebody else to get everything that you don't work hard for.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say that everybody at some point that you're connected to is gonna hurt you or disappoint you. Yeah. It's just who's worth
that
going
pain
through it with. Exactly.
Yeah. The growing pains.
Exactly.
You gotta be able. Sir. You gotta be willing to fight. And me, I love fighting.
So I'm gonna ask y'all this: what do you feel like shows you that you're willing to go through certain growing pains? So my question to y'all is, how do you know, like, what's worth fighting for? I mean, obviously you know your values, but I'm saying, like, how do you know exactly what it is that you're willing to put up with, to fight for, to keep your relationship afloat?
I mean, I'm gonna give a little answer, but I feel like because things change, things change, people change, but it's a mind. First off, let's start like this: it's a mindset.
Okay.
So it's just like working out, going to the gym and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Not that I've been the most, but when I go, if I know it's a certain thing I want to accomplish, I'm gonna accomplish it or do whatever I need to do.
Yeah.
Or just like working. When you go to work, you have a mindset of having to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to go to work today, but if I go to work, the benefits of working. So that's the benefits of fighting for somebody. It's saying, yo, you know what, me and her, we may not be in a great place now, but if we get over this hump and hurdle, then it'll be so much worth it. And my lady, she makes my house feel home.
Yeah. And I haven't had that.
And my thing is, we basically from the same place. So I'm from Buffalo. Mm-hmm. Shout out 716. Well, they don't got them sirens out. And she's from Niagara Falls, so it's right over.
Yeah.
It's right over the hump. So we have the same home background. And so, especially being out here on the West Coast, it's different to have somebody, and our families knew each other and stuff like that. So it was just like, we've been around each other for a long time.
Right.
And so basically the cold part about it is because my uncle, shout out to my Uncle Tim, R.I.P. baby. But when I was with him, when I used to go to my grandmother that lived in Niagara Falls, I seen my wife when she was like 3-4 years old. I just didn't know that was her.
Right.
And so it's just like, the history was there, then we linked up, and then it goes from there. But it's what a person is willing to bring to the table. And it's not always about money. But it's just like, you know heavily, like, yo, this person is worth it.
See, and that's another thing for me. That can make or break a relationship. For me, I've had that make and break a relationship. Simple as that. And, I'm not really big on financials. Like, obviously, we need it to survive. But, I mean, I'm going to do what I can to keep us afloat. And it may be a time where, unfortunately, I don't have it to do.
Right.
Are you going to make me feel less than because I couldn't do what you needed me to do in that moment?
You know what's crazy, man? Like, when I was younger, I was dealing with with a female, she didn't understand my grind with the music. And I felt like less of a man because I didn't have a job, and I've been working for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not no bum. I'm not no lazy. That's one thing any and everybody know about me. I get down with the best of them, man. But she made me feel like less of a man because I wasn't working and whatever. And I couldn't do it,
Yeah.
Now my lady now, it's different.
Talk that talk.
Now I got, a queen. I got a real queen, you know what I'm saying? That I can say understands, she understands that, this is your grind and you the one holding down the fort,
Right.
We are looking not at you but to you, And I'm gonna step back and let you be that man and do that,
Mm-hmm.
When you got a lady that will let you lead, it's not combating with you, all the time. Now, like we always say, be our peace. We don't just say that. Speaking for all men, every real man that says that, be our peace. That's a real statement because I put it to you like this: if you're distracting the one that's supposed to be protecting you, and he gets hit in the crossfire, who gonna hold you down now?
Who gonna hold you down?
I'm saying.
So next question too. I like that question. Next question though that I have is, do you guys believe at love at first sight?
I'll let you answer that first. And nah.
Talk to the mic, brother. Talk to the mic.
For me, I don't know. I haven't experienced it.
You a hopeless romantic, ain't you, big
right.
bro?
I'm about to say, for me, I've seen females that I'm like, she's gorgeous, she's beautiful,
I'm one.
but I've never looked at a female. I'm like, oh my god, like nah, I ain't never experienced that.
Well, for me, I do believe in love at first sight. Absolutely, I do.
Now,
Because
are we talking about love off at first sight off the Instagram, or are we talking about in person?
Both. I'm gonna say it because, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Well, that boy different.
Love is blind.
Talk that talk.
And for me, it's the spirit of an individual. Yeah, you're going now look. Now you're gonna see that wagon if it's dragging in the back. You feel me?
Yeah.
You're gonna see every other part of the, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep it PG as much as possible.
Say what you want, bro. No.
But you're gonna see all of that. You know what I'm saying? On I'm talking about from a man's perspective, from my perspective. On a woman, you're gonna see that. Me, I'm a feet man. Everybody know that about me. I'm big on feet.
Your feet, man. We know it.
I'm gonna tell you. Matter of fact, let me just not to get off topic.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Come on, let's bring some laughter in here real
we
quick.
on topic. Go ahead. You stay. Talk about the feet.
Woo!
Let me rub a foot.
Check it out.
I want that rubby dubby.
I was at work. Rubber ducky. Look, I was at work, and you know, this is just me. You know, this how I always been. Ooh, let me tell you, boy. Look, I had to stop ringing up to get a sneak peek at them feet. I walked around. I said, feet. I'm ringing them up. Feet. I said, hold on. I had to play it off, but I had to get a little sneak peek.
You said you got some water down there, right? Hold on.
Let me bring that up. Oh, my bad. I thought you said you had some. But no, I had to check it out. You know, but yeah, I'm a feet man. You know what I'm saying? And
Wow.
yeah, I'm looking at everybody's feet, yo. Don't have your feet out. I don't care who you are. You know, don't have your feet out. You're gonna get either roasted or, you know, don't have your feet out. You know what I'm saying? But me, if a lady got her feet out and I see that, that's like, dang, like she done already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I'm married now, so it's different. But you know, that's like you done already caught my attention. You know what I'm saying? He over here playing sound effects. I don't know what I can't hear it right now. But,
Exactly.
but
Go on, DJ.
But yeah, I feel like when you see an individual, yeah, you're gonna see all of that type of stuff. You're gonna see she got pretty feet, she got nice lips, she got beautiful eyes, and all these different things. But the spirit, though, that's where the first connection happened. And for that, I do believe in love at first sight. I do believe it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it is. It's a spiritual connection.
So
All in all.
so basically, when you met sis, it was love at first sight. It was it? Or was
not that situation. That was a little different. See, that was different because how can I put it? I just knew I'm like, yo, shorty beautiful for real. Like I'm about to get at her. You know?
she all that in a bag of chips.
Bag of chips.
Talk that talk, man.
You know what I'm saying? But I was still doing my thing.
Yeah.
And she had, you know, so many people trying to get at her and whatever. And it just wasn't the time right then, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yo, if I ever see Shorty again, I'm getting at that. You know what I'm saying?
See?
I get what I want. I'm just letting you know.
Baby, I need
But
your love.
sure enough, I got that.
Oh,
You know what
my
I'm saying? We locked in, we locked down. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, not to cut you off, just want to say this.
Mhm.
We would have at the place that we was in, we would have chosen different people. We wouldn't even been with each other.
Been miserable.
Well, see, and that's the thing about it. That's why, for me, I've had females that I've met, and like I said, I ain't just see her. I met her,
Yeah.
and I was like,
that.
dang, I can really see myself like long term with this female.
Yeah.
Some of them I dealt with. Some of them I just seen. I looked at them and said that, but never had anything with them. So, which is very rare. I'm gonna be very honest about that.
Talk that talk.
9 times out of 10, if I see you, I'm on that.
Yeah.
But
Hold on, he say what?
9 times out of 10, if I see you,
Yeah.
I'm on that. It's all,
Shots fired.
yeah, it's a go.
Reload.
So, but
Hide your wife. Hide your side chick. Oh my God, bro.
But no, I mean, I just, for myself, I just can't say I believe in love at first. I would love to believe in something like that because I ain't getting no younger.
Yeah.
And I'm getting to a place in my life right now, it's like either I'm a finder or it's just going to be me, myself, and my son.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, before you even worry about having somebody else, you got to love yourself first anyway. So
Yeah.
I loved myself when I first saw myself, so I guess that's love at first sight. But
it is.
I don't know.
No, he didn't just say that.
Go ahead. What you believe in it?
Do you believe in love after love? Man. Yeah. Yeah, oh boy. No, I definitely believe in it.
Have you ever experienced it?
Yeah, I'm in it now.
Oh, okay.
I mean, because basically, like, when I linked up with my lady now, which is my wife, shout out to her. What's up, baby cakes? I'll let your boy. It's your sugar daddy speaking.
Sugar daddy, huh?
But no, when I met her, when we met again, being older and stuff like that,
Yeah.
it wasn't that she didn't look good. It's not that, but it was just it was the complete vibe package. We already been talking for a while, and it was just like everything clicked. You know, some people say that stupid stuff like Mother Cleo, calling me now, no cornball, but it was just a vibe. It was a vibe. It was a love. It was just everything was already there. So when we connected, when we linked up, I was just like, yo, I said I gotta have her. You know, to the point I wouldn't talk to her daddy. You know, at his house, I said, man, I need them and them kids.
That's a real man.
Bring it down here. He gave me that look like. I was like, yeah, you know. And then when I got in the plane, to leave her. I was just like, I felt like I was leaving something behind. I was just like, so I went home. I got on my little turtleback knees and got to praying and stuff. You know, because oh yeah, you know, the one last cry before I leave it behind. But you know, I had to get out of my mind because it was tough being able to not only connect with somebody, but you know, provide that communication that you know I love to deal with.
Yeah.
And so when I left that plane, man, I felt like the people over Titanic when they watched it, seasick. Because I was just like, man, I just felt bad. And I think I called Mike. I was like, I got to go back out there. I said, I got to go back out there. Bro was like, you just came back. I called you. I was like, man, I got to go back out there. I was already
This man was
thinking
thinking about leaving us. That's how serious he was.
Yeah.
He was finna move. Bro, I think I'm about to go back home.
We sitting outside.
You
on
is
the
home.
set
Where you
bumping
going?
Diamond Night.
Yeah. No, because it was just like, you know, it was at a point because I was just like, you know, some people, how you call that? Like some people, they afraid to take chances to see what happens. You know, and I was just like, man,
About to risk it all.
I don't, you know, if the good Lord give me the 50 or greater, I don't want to be 50 and be like, yo,
I should have
or could have.
Yep.
And then be missing out. But being with her, you know, it's a benefit. Even when we're not in a great space, it's a benefit. And the best benefit in the world is, you know, our son together, you know, and the kids.
Right.
The kids is a blessing too.
Yeah.
But our son together, he was such a blessing because it was just like, just crazy. And so, you know, being a first-time daddy, you know, because these gentlemen got the experience, but it's just like, wow. And so, you know, he hangs out with me pretty much all the time. But going somewhere and it's just like, man, it's a little you that you know that you're responsible for, and that you know to see the whole process of the baby crying and you know being there and stuff like that. It's a situation when I see him every day, it makes me love her more.
Wow.
No matter what the situation is, like we don't, you know, we can be up or down, but every time I look at him and I'll be like, yo, like you done gave me the most beautifulest thing I can ever ask for. And because of that alone, if I can't find no reason else to love you or have love for you, that alone takes the cake. But that's not everything else that she provides for me. It ain't nobody's business. But, you know, I keep it real, but she provides to me a lot. But at the end of the day, she's mine. You know, I ain't saying people got side girls, all that stuff. I'm not saying that. I'm not none of that. But the whole situation is that's mine. Nobody can take her away from me.
Yeah.
God can take her away from me. Yeah, he can. But nobody can take away because when you see the paperwork, you see that last name, it's me. You see that big F on the back of it. That's me. It's Big Daddy. But it's ownership. And is it easy? No. Marriages. And we just got past our first year. You know. Is it easy? No, but is it worth it? Yeah. Let me get to this next question, man, because I've been up here yapping a lot. But no, shout out. Marriage is a beautiful thing if you got the right person that go through it with you. If it's not, it can be miserable. All right, so love at first sight. Yes, I believe in that. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about this right here. Are the mental health issues or addiction struggles in a family? Do you ask them type of questions before you go on date? I mean, why you on dates, or do you try to figure that out?
I haven't. I haven't done that. Probably should. I mean, that's important. Me personally, though, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't know if I want no more kids. So, I mean, my first experience wasn't the best. Love my son to death, and you know that experience of not being able to be a part of my son's life as though I wish I was hasn't been the best experience. So, she got her reasons, and I got my reasons, and I leave that at that. But I feel like that experience for me has been tarnished and ruined to even want to experience that. So, just to stay on topic, though, maybe that's why I haven't asked, because I don't really feel like that affects me. But at the same time, it kind of does, because if you're dealing with somebody and their family has mental illness that runs through the family, a lot of times people are close knit with their family. So if that person's having a struggle or something like that, or they're around, they want to help out and things of that nature. So maybe I should start asking that question.
No, it can't be important. What about you, Mike? Did you figure it out? Did you know anything about like your wife's mental health, family's issues, or anything like that?
Yeah, you find that out in conversations. Not direct conversations, asking a person, but you find it out. Maybe them telling a story that it happened or things like that. But me, I feel like everybody crazy.
I think I'm crazy.
Everybody in life, somebody have issues. I feel like
green.
I don't even feel like it's a question that should be asked, because everybody got something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Now that we on this point, and I'm gonna answer this question myself too. But now that we on this point, do you guys marry for? So in other words, are you concerned about the family that you're trying to get yourself connected in with? Does that play a major part for you, or does it just like you don't really care at all?
So, for me, when I first was starting, I would have said yes, because I dealt with many different females with many different backgrounds and families and all type of things, and it got to be a rocky situation, with my first son, as I was stating, early on in the podcast and this sit down that we're having. I couldn't see my little man for 5 months, and it was just, it's not a blame game type of deal, but it was a lot that happened.
Mm-hmm.
I won't even go too deep into that right now, but it did cause some resentment and some other things, unspoken things, and I was big, on families, because I'm like, I'm gonna have to be around these people, because they're gonna be around, my kid, they're gonna be around my lady gonna be around me, when different things, the same, vice versa, whatever. Now I'm older. The Bible talks about how a woman, leaves his mother, clings to his woman's bosom. Yeah. You're no longer, one and one, but you're twain. You're no longer twain, but you're one. And twain is two, You're no longer, two. Now you're one. Now you're married. Yeah. So now it's y'all. That means, everybody else, not saying they don't exist, but they don't exist. This is y'all's world now. You know what I'm saying? It's you, it's your significant other, and it's whatever y'all created. You know what I'm saying? Well, let me not say created, but let me say whatever y'all gave birth to, or whatever. Your sons, daughters, whatever. Everybody else, is some type of support. But if they're not being support, and they bring in negativity or poisonous to the relationship, cut them off.
Gotta go.
It's that simple.
Gotta go, shorty.
So long answer turned short. You don't really worry about.
You don't really care about it.
Not no more.
Okay.
But before, in the beginning, you did. But now,
in the beginning, I did.
So what you think?
I mean, for me, the question was
talk about
mental health within the family.
No. Besides that, you already answered that. I'm talking about the situation as far as.
No, because I was going to say you need to be more so concerned about the person that you're dealing with having mental health. Is that something that you're open to dealing with?
No, I understand that. I'm talking about as far as when you courting or whatever the situation, you're looking serious against somebody. do you base them off their family?
No, you never do that because I mean, you take that into consideration.
I like that.
Because at the end of the day, this
Big C.
is, you know, they say, I mean, you are the company you keep.
Yeah.
Now that's true to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Now, if you were raised in a certain type of environment, that's the only thing you really are familiar with. So
True.
you're going to have some of those traits regardless.
Mm.
But I'm not going to just judge you just based off of that. But the whole reason why I said what I said about the whole mental health, that could run through her.
Yeah, connected.
Or him, for the women, that could run through him as well. That's why I said you need to be more so concerned about mental health with whoever you're choosing to deal with. Because I've had some that have had some type of mental health issue. And they're not, I don't want to call them flawed because
when we say mental health, like what are we?
mental health, it could be anxiety, it can be bipolar, it can be
any type of
depression.
anything.
I feel
That's
me personally,
all
I feel like
tied
those are all spirits, man. Like,
Yeah, no.
and just you know, they give them those titles, but I feel like those are spirits that just
Yeah.
need to be dealt with. Really, like, you know.
But are you willing to deal with them though? This is the whole thing. Is if you have a person like just like dealing with a insecure woman or something like that, are you willing to like me? My whole thing is when I was on a dating scene, I had to ask myself, say, yo, what are you willing to be bothered with? What are you willing to go home and
like
do?
that.
Because sometimes you get into situations and men don't call it all the time true, but sometimes you just don't want to be bothered. You done had a bad day. You don't want to be touched. You don't want to be looked at. You don't want to be breathed on. You don't want to hear no kids. You don't want to hear nothing.
And my only problem with that is, as a man, and I'm guilty of it sometimes too,
Mm-hmm.
you cannot take your frustrations out on your lady.
No.
And when I say that, a lot of times we prioritize our feelings and emotions before we prioritize theirs. What about when they've been at home all day and they had the kids and they feeling some type of way, and you come home from work and we just say hypothetically, you in a good mood,
Yeah.
but she had a bad day. Are you going to be attentive to how she may feel? Do you come home and say that you want her to say, babe, how was your day, versus you coming home saying, hey, babe, I actually had a good day today. How was your day?
See, me, I was different because I never really cared for that. My whole thing is as long as I come back, I'm good. That means something.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you for me, so that's a heavy statement and even subject, whatever.
Yeah.
I always look at it like this. I do this with everybody, but definitely with my lady and my kids. Like,
Yeah.
I try to put them in my shoes first, in the sense of like, I go back and ask myself, how did I treat God? What did I do to God? You know what I'm saying? God did say, he said to love our wives as Christ loved the church. Right. We are the church, the bride of Christ. So like, I'm like, okay. I get mad at her for you lying and you doing this or that. You know what I'm saying? Then I got to go back. Hold on. Did I lie to God or whatever? You know what, Lord? I'm going to show her mercy. You know what I'm saying? Show her grace, mercy, because he did it for me. And I can't flip out on you. And it, even to the point to where I told God, I said, man, I said, if I'm out of line with you, I asked God to allow my kids to disrespect me. I know that's a heavy statement, man. But I asked God to do that. I'm going to tell you why. Because it's going to keep me in line. Because I'm not going to have no kids disrespecting me.
Right.
But it's going to keep me in line with him. Like, you know what? I see what's happening. I see what's happening. And then to make me think back on what I prayed, you know what, Father, let me get in your presence, forgive me, and then I can go and discipline him however I'm discipline him, but that's after I've checked in with God first, same with your lady, you gotta, like you said, give her the same, what's the word, the same consideration or whatever,
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big thing, man. I mean, like I said, us as men, we can't always expect a woman to be understanding to us, and we're never understanding to them.
That's true.
That's crazy to me. Like I said, I've been guilty of that. I mean, prioritizing myself.
Me too.
And that's considered being selfish.
Yeah.
I mean, but Everybody has a selfish moment. It's just being able to identify that and actually fix it is a bigger thing.
Yeah.
All right, so gentlemen, next question. I know our time is ticky. But do you guys agree with the what is that? Is that the polygamy? How you say that?
Polygamy?
Yeah. I would say polygamy. Y'all agree with it? Just a quick yes or no.
No.
I ain't married. So I'm open. Right now my answer is open. I mean, for me, I've had a few that I was like, I can see myself having more than one. So,
I mean, I'm out of whatever floats your boat, baby.
financially, you better be able to support them.
No, but definitely, I think, because
emotionally,
because
Right.
back in the day, these guys had multiple wives. People don't talk about that. Had the little pigeon toes, got everything. But it's all. But basically, it's just gotta figure it out. But we'll talk about that next episode.
I'm trying to pretend like I understood what he said. Pigeon toes.
But anywho, y'all, thank y'all for watching.
Yes, sir.
We hope y'all really enjoyed anything that we said. Go ahead, sign us out, Mikey Mike.
Well, shoot. Tune in, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Definitely give your feedback. Shoot, and holler at us, man. Follow us on the gram and all other social media platforms. We love y'all, man.
Go ahead, sign us out, Nick.
Like he said, we appreciate y'all watching. We hope to see y'all next week.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we back. We out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, can I get some applause? Check it out, man. You are now watching the best podcast in the world, the Talk to Me Nice podcast. You could be watching any other cornball channel, but you're here rocking with us. Today's topic, you're going to have to tune in for. But we talking about relationships, talking about a lot of love, no hate. So go ahead and tune in. If you haven't liked and subscribed now, please do so. Don't play yourself, treat yourself. Tune in. Thank you.
Everybody, it's your girl Rain Royal, and this is my brother Darnell, and we are back with another episode of Talk to Me Nice, the podcast. Today we have a couple of hot topics we're going to go over.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about some relationship questions and just give our point of view. So thank you for tuning in. We do ask that you will like, comment, and share, because, we just trying to get it out there, get our voice out there, and be heard. So,
Hit the AB on them.
with that, we're going to go right into our first hot topic. Congratulations. Krishan Rock just had her baby. Yeah. And that baby is absolutely beautiful. And she named the baby Krishan Malone Jr., which I just thought was fantastic, considering Blueface said that he wasn't going to ever say that girl name again, and now he has to say it every time he refers to his own child.
Wow.
And he is in his feelings. What do you think about the Krishan Malone Jr.?
Ooh, that's her first kid, too, huh?
That's her first baby.
Man. That's kind of bogus, but...
How's it bogus?
It's bogus, but it's not bogus, but it's bogus.
How's it bogus?
Because at the end of the day, you do what you want to do, but... I mean, that's something that should be agreed on, but they ain't seeing eye to eye.
I mean, how's it gonna be agreed on when he said he ain't want to be there? He left her, been dogging her all over social media. Wait, dogging and getting clout off her name all at the same time. If you ain't noticed, I'm Team Rock. And getting clout off her name the whole time, because every interview him and Jaden do, all they talk about is Krishan.
Blueface, baby.
Yeah, that's it. And then you say you don't want to be there, and then when she go and had a baby by herself, which I don't think that was, because he was mad about that he wasn't allowed inside of the delivery room.
Yeah, but I mean, that's that part, but as way they've been going is kind of good because she stressing out.
And that's
Woman
how
don't
I
need to be
feel.
stressing out, especially when you getting cut and touched and need to be.
He done threatened her and the baby. I'm sorry, I wouldn't have had him in there either.
I just hope they can figure that situation out because
For the baby.
for the baby, I don't, at the end of the day, when it comes to the kids, I'm a softie. When it comes to grown-ups, they got to figure this out because y'all grown. But it's Blueface, baby, so it's just like.
Why do you keep saying it's Blueface, baby?
Blueface, baby.
You can't just say Blueface.
It's
You
Blueface,
gotta...
baby. That's that boy. That boy is the anthem. But the whole thing is, she knew who he was, and do I feel bad for her? No.
I hate when men say that.
I don't.
Because she
no,
knew, but
and no.
he also knew who she was. She was on baddies. You know what I'm saying?
Let's keep it
they
a buck.
knew who each other was, and at the same time, she young.
Let's keep it a buck. She knew it was Blueface, baby.
I mean,
Whack
she might
100
have
lifestyle.
None of us knew. I mean, I don't know. I didn't know. I knew that he was Blueface and Tatiana, and that's all I knew. But it's like once you in a relationship, you see the whole picture. You might think somebody off, but I'm pretty sure she didn't know that he was get his baby mamas drunk, embarrass them all on live, be physically abusive. Like, those are things you find out in the course of the relationship.
Didn't care when she was in the lights.
She's still in the lights. Don't do her. She done made a name for herself. I don't know. I think I got a soft spot for Krishan because most of us, especially young ghetto girls, have been Krishan.
Ghetto girl.
Or, other in their lifetime. Like, it's just the only difference with Krishan is that she's doing it in front of the cameras. So everybody is seeing it and everybody is watching it. But I pray for her. I hope that she has a major come up and a major transformation, and the world get to see that too.
All I got to say to that, Blueface, baby.
Shut up. I could not with you. But anywho.
But nah, I don't like the situation, but I mean it just sucks. It sucks when kids get involved because kids, let's keep it a buck. Kids didn't ask to be here.
Of course not. I think she's doing the best she can. And honestly, I feel like Blueface is showing himself to be the bitter baby daddy. How about that? Because he basically tortured the child the whole pregnancy, like ran her name in the mud, getting clout off her name down. He might have been the one to put her on, quote unquote, but she was already on reality shows before they even really hooked up like that. But now she's having her baby. She didn't mention him. She didn't say nothing about him. She just had her baby, posted her baby, named him Krishan Jr., and just glowing new mom. And what he do? I mean, if you look on his Twitter, it was like 7,899 tweets all about Krishan, just dogging her while she literally is still healing from bringing your child into the world. Everybody talks about how the woman is supposed to know who they chose and yada yada and bitter baby mamas, but nobody talks about the bitter baby daddies. Because it's more bitter baby daddies, I am convinced, than there was ever bitter baby mamas. What do you think?
Me, I think that it falls into the AB.
What's the AB?
Because she put it on.
Shut up. Nah.
No, but she shout out to AB, put that on. That's my joint, that's my jam. But it's just sad because I don't know her, but at one point together they was pretty happy. I seen a lot of toxic stuff.
I ain't seen no happy. I seen all toxic.
I seen a lot of toxic stuff.
I seen toxic first relationship, like first real love type of situation, and he gonna be the one that you warn your daughters about later when she get older, and just like
But it's Blueface.
He'll be the reason why she'll notice the next one when he comes.
I hope so, but forget that. What other topics we got?
Okay, speaking of toxic baby daddy. I just filed for child support. They just gave me an increase. I'm on the roll. Let's go. All right. Now, there is this dude. I don't know his name. I think he goes by Brown Boy or Blue Boy or some type of something boy on TikTok. But he is trending right now because, okay, this is the story. His baby's mother was pregnant. And when she was 8 months pregnant, he leaves her. and she has this baby by herself, and she's going through like postpartum depression and struggling, and she's a young mother, and so she goes and put him on child support. For him to get out of child support, he goes and files for sole custody. He was not in the baby's life, didn't care nothing about the baby. Now the baby's like, maybe a year or so, something like that old. And now when she finally breaks down and put him on child support, he goes fight for sole custody. He gets sole custody. So now he has sole custody of his child. Then he posts to TikTok thinking he's about to get some sympathy and put his baby's mother on blast because he's trying to drop the kid off on her quote-unquote day to have the child, and she refuses to take the child. In court, she told them flat out, I don't want nothing to do with the child if that means I got to deal with him. He can raise him by himself. So now he is stuck as a single father, and he is trying his best to blast her, but all he's getting on social media in the comments is people telling the same thing that you just said about Krishan, which is, you knew what you had when you got her, you should have picked better. And welcome to the club of single motherhood. You are now a single mom, and that's on you. Leave that woman alone. Quit dragging that baby over there to get rejected, and take care of your child. Oh, and he also tried to file for child support, but could not get the child support because he still owed her arrears. So he has the child. She won't see the child, won't pick up the child, won't do nothing for the child, and he can't get child support because he still owes her back child support, and he is still paying her.
I hate that, man, because I don't see how much damage I do to the kid. Only thing I hear is a whole bunch of ignorance and bliss, and then the baby gets left behind. Then you wonder why these kids grow up the way they grow up. Bullying other people.
Oh, absolutely.
Getting into situations they have no, because there's no love in the household no more. And that's sad, especially because it takes two parents. It takes two. It's no single parent. No parent should have to do this on their own. Let's just say that.
And that's male or female.
Yeah, I believe that 100%. Nobody should be able to do it by themselves, because it takes more. It takes a village plus. True.
But who do we blame? Who do we hold accountable?
Only person we can really hold accountable. I mean, you have to hold yourself accountable. I mean, as far as, like you said, red flags. A lot of times we see red flags, and we still mess with the person. We still intertwine with the person. But then we get older, everybody.
We all know that in these situations, 9 times out of 10, no baby was being thought of, no baby was being planned. They were having sex, and then a baby comes. So it's like, I understand the thought process of choose better. Me personally, I feel like outside of marriage, I really ain't trying to be hunching no way. But we live in the society that we live in, so most people are doing that. But I do feel like this thought process of, well, you should have chose better. It don't matter who you chose. Once that baby is here, your obligation is not to the person you chose, it's to the life that you created, and that's both ways. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so fine. I chose wrong. I was 19 and chose wrong. I was 20 years old and I chose wrong. But still, choosing wrong, I had to step up. And then on the other side, the man, you should step up too. Like, I don't feel like once the baby is here, who chose who is of no consequence anymore. It's about who's going to stay, who's going to do the work, who's going to take care of the child.
I think they should make, what do you call that, birth control? They should make it for both, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, because...
They did make a male birth control.
Never heard about it.
But it had, I think, a lot of side effects.
Because at the end of the
day...
I
don't think it was right. I can't remember. I got to go look that up.
We the one giving the seed, so instead of playing for the woman, they get a plan B and still don't see her way to the stove. It's best to...
And plan B is not 100%.
Yeah, none of it.
You can take a plan B and that baby still grow in your belly. But then, too, what about condoms?
Condoms break, cheap. I mean,
when applied correctly,
nah.
the chances of breaking is very slim. I'm sorry. When
it
I was
happens.
in high school, we had this biology teacher that put
did a water balloon?
Yes, and it was like the size of this table. It ain't a man alive that's the size of this table. Like, no, it's not even about them breaking. Most of the time when they be talking about, oh, I used one and it broke, half the time either they didn't know how to put it on right or they just did not use it. A lot of people just don't use it. In this day and age, a lot of people don't use it.
I mean, it's not. My whole thing is it's not promoted. People don't promote safe sex no more. I mean, that's
Not
why.
since TLC. That was like, what, 9 to 3?
That's why people got AIDS, spades, everything out there.
Yeah.
You know, and it's,
nobody cares.
And it sucks because once you get in that situation, you got that situation for life. A lot of people got herpes that don't know nothing about it.
Oh, my goodness.
You know, because they don't.
And that is rampant. And not even just herpes. Also, I believe HPV.
All that. Yeah.
Right here in the valley, like I don't want to say a few years ago, but this was like 2008, and it wasn't really being talked about on the news. But if you worked in the medical field, you would hear about this. It was a whole syphilis epidemic in the valley, in Las Vegas, like right out here, and most people did not know. Just like, you got to be kidding me. Like, syphilis seriously made a comeback, and the reason why it was being spread so much, it wasn't because people just wasn't doing it. It was because no one was getting checked.
Right.
There's a cure for it, but no one was getting checked. So I don't know. With that, I'm gonna say, look, wrap it up. And if anything happens, or you have a baby, no matter who you chose, no matter who you with, if you wanted that baby or not, once that baby is here, that baby is your responsibility.
Responsibility. Since we talking about responsibility, it's our responsibility to put a hold of the foolishness of the propaganda going on with Steve Harvey. The situation with Steve Harvey was cap.
All cap.
That was big cap, and we don't report cap, and that's not how we roll.
Yeah, they were saying that Marjorie cheated with the security guard.
That security guard look like Dinka. Stop playing.
They were saying they was getting divorced and all this stuff.
Cap.
I looked all night and day,
Cap.
and I could not find not one reputable source.
And Steve even talked about it himself. He was more hurt than anything. He was like, because it's foolishness. But
like, how dare y'all just
I mean, it happens because a lot of people they want other people anyway. But I'm sorry, that lady is not finna go from the biggest bag into the biggest stomach.
I mean, what about her husband? Don't do that. It ain't a bag. They love each other.
I mean, Steve Harvey got that bag. I bet you it's a lot of love.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Steve Harvey got that bag. He doing what he need to do. But we just putting a squash to that. But once again, y'all, it's been another great episode of Talk to Me Nice.
Thanks for tuning in.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Please.
Cash App down below in the beginning or the end. And just follow us. Follow us on TikTok, YouTube.
And if you have any questions, anything you'd like us to discuss, feel free to comment, or y'all can message the Talk to Me Nice on IG or on TikTok.
Or personal pages. We take them all.
Personal pages. On Facebook, I'm Adrena Gillum. On Instagram, it is rain_music with the K at the end.
Let's go. We out here. You understand me? Yeah.